Dear boys and girls of class 11s, as we have learned in the previous classes, I will be starting a new chapter called as Introducing Java. That is chapter number 4. In your textbook is chapter number 4, page number 109. Page number 109. I am going to just introduce the Java. As I told you before, Java is a very most popular third generation language. Java is also an object-oriented programming. To call a programming language as an object-oriented programming, you should have 4 qualities. 4 or 5 qualities. Some they say 4 qualities, some author they say 5 qualities. You should have the ability of data abstraction, data encapsulation, inheritance, modularity and polymorphism. If you have these 5 qualities, then a language is said to be what? Object-oriented programming. Here I am going to begin. Those who have taken the computer science before, if you have not done the Java language before, don't worry. This is the first class. I am going to start from the scratch. And what I mean to say is, I am going to begin the Java language from ABCD onwards, right from the scratch. Even if you have not done the Java in the lower classes, not a big deal. According to our school records, what does it show? It shows those the newcomers in 11ers and 12ers they studied Java, they have done exceedingly well. Okay, here if you know the knowledge about Java, that's fine. Appreciable. If you are not familiar with Java, please don't get fucked, because I am going to begin from the scratch. This is what. This is from today onwards. I am going to begin a language called as Java. Right? Here, just I will give an intro of a Java language. Java is a most popular third generation programming language which can be used to do thousands of things that a computer software can do. Whatever you wanted to do here in your computer, you can develop, you can design a program, you can develop the programs that can be achieved in Java. Java has become the language of choice for the internet and intranet applications. What do you mean by that? The moment you talk about the networking, no other language is stronger, because of Java there is one more language called as Python has come up. Okay, in CBSE they teach you the Python, right? Once if you more or less same, the slight syntax, the grammar of Python and Java slightly varies. It's not a big deal. Once if you are familiar with the Java, within no time you can learn Python too. Okay, this language is what? Java is a language of choice for all the internet applications. Java plays an important role for proper function of many software-based devices attached to network. What do you mean by that? Java plays a very important role. Any software is there. When you schedule it, it gets triggered, okay, because of the internet. I'm sure you must have visited various websites. When you visit a website, what happens is you find plenty of ad. What happens is, to see the ad, small code, CODE. Some they say PROGRAM, program or coding, programming or coding, same code they call. They write a small code in my computer which is put in the server. Whoever visits that website, that particular program gets triggered. In other words, we call it as a Java applets. I write the program here, it will run on some other computer, which is unusual those days. Those days, what was the concept? I have a computer, I write a program, the program wants the data, which I feed the data, the data gets processed, you get the output on the same computer. Now the technology is completely changed. What do you mean by that? I use the program here, rather I write the program here, it gets executed any part of the world. It gets executed any part of the world. That is what the Java applet is all about. So that is the reason I say Java is a very popular language. It's the language of choice for all the internet applications. Internet or internet, hardly people use this as internet. Internet is within the city or within the country or within the locality we call intranet. Locally. If you are doing globally, then it's called as internet. Okay? The best language is for all the applications for the internet or intranet. Okay, Java is the best suited. Okay. Now let's learn what about Java. Java is both a programming language and a platform. What do you mean by that? In our school lab, we use Java on Windows. What is our OS operating system is? Windows. Some they use Linux, some they use Xenix, most of us use Windows. What happens is we use Java on Windows platform. Windows is a platform. To get started booting the computer. So you begin the Windows software because it's widely, why it is so popular, because most of us use Windows. There is no other fast one that Java will only on Windows. Even it works on an operating system called as Linux, Xenix, Unix. Right? What I am trying to tell you is this, very simple. Java is not only a programming language like Windows software, like Unix, like Xenix, okay, or like this. You have Java is also an operating system, but it's very meager amount of people who use it. It's not only a programming language, but it's also a platform. Platform is what? You have a hardware as well as the software. Like any other programming language, you can use Java to write or create various types of computer applications. That Java fits the definition of a programming language. Means whatever you develop or design, same thing can be achieved in Java too. Okay, Java is also a platform for application development. It's also a platform for application development. The word platform is generally used to refer some combination of hardware and software. Operating system, Windows Vista, okay, like this. Plenty of operating systems are there like this. You also have a Java platform is also available, but it will not be that as popular as this language. Okay, Java platform is a new software platform different from any other platform. It is designed to deliver and run highly interactive, dynamic, secure application. What I am trying to tell you is, if you have a platform, Java operating system and Java language, they work dynamically. It's a very secure platform. It's highly interactive, okay, and that's what they're trying to tell you. If you work Java programming language or Java platform, it's fine. Okay, it works well secured, highly interactive. That's what they're trying to tell you. Let's not go too much about it. Let's just learn about the history of Java, how the Java has come up. Right? The moment I use the word Java means you have an island in Indonesia. Very famous island, Java, is prone. Very famous for what? Tremors, what should I say, earthquakes, and the volcano eruptions. Very famous for that. Java is an island. I'm not talking about that Java which is an island in Indonesia. No, that's not a Java. Java is a programming language. Okay. Now, how it has come up? First of all, do you know that Java was developed keeping in mind that World Wide Web? When they started this language, World Wide Web, they never even thought. They did not even think that World Wide Web we are going to incorporate. Okay, originally Java started as an elite project. and it was called as a green project called as Oak, O-A-K. In US, there was some other product was there with the same name. They had some legal hitch, so they took away the name called as Oak and they renamed it. They gave the name called as Java. Team of people were there. Team of people were there. That team of people was headed by a person called as James Gosling. James Gosling. He was the lead, team lead. Okay. Under him, there were 4 were there. They thought that they wanted to produce a set-top box. These days we call set-top box. Those days for elite people. Elite means what? Royal family, right? They wanted to have set-top boxes will communicate one another, right? Without keeping in mind World Wide Web, they didn't know that when they developed them, when they wanted to start, they never even thought that World Wide Web will be, they will be using it. See how things have developed, evolved. Let's see that. Okay. It was called as to find a way allowing different electronic devices such as TV, set-top boxes and controllers to use a common language. They wanted to develop something among a language we developed to communicate among the set-top boxes. That was there in their mind. Okay, it is not meant for a common people, it is an allied project. Okay. This language for electronic devices originally named as Oak, but failed to find a niche despite of its potentials. Java programming language was written by James Gosling along with 2 other persons called as Mike Sheridan and Patrick Norton. While they were working at Sun Microsystems, ever since the introduction, it has gone through many changes. I'll tell you what it is. James Gosling, as I said, and another 4 more here in the textbook only they given 2. They started, okay, they wanted to develop some language, okay, keeping in mind what? They wanted to develop a language to communicate among the set-top boxes. That was there running in their mind. They worked for a company called as Sun Microsystem. Even today they are the owner. This company has been bought by Oracle, a company called as Big Giant. Okay, they bought it, but still, a company called as what? Sun Microsystem was the one. The James Gosling, another 2 person, they worked for it. They developed for a company called as Sun Microsystem. Right, even today, the Sun Microsystem has been bought by a company called as what? Oracle. Yeah, here I go. Java comes in various platforms. Java card for smart cards, Java platform for micro editions, Java standard edition and Java enterprises edition. I'll tell you 3 different types. Java SE followed by Java micro edition, standard edition and enterprises edition. What do you mean with it? Java micro edition targeting the environments with the limited resources. It's a very simple Java which I am using it. Java standard edition targeting the workstation environment. What do you mean by workstation? I have a server, there are 10 computers connected. Each computer is called as a workstation or a node, N-O-D-E. Console or work, console or workstation or node. I have several 10 computers are connected to that. Okay. If you want to work under the workstation, Java standard edition is used. What is the EE means? Enterprises edition, which is targeting the large distributed enterprise or a internet environment. If you wanted to use a big software which is used, thousands and thousands of people are using it, that would mean, so you have to go for a language called as Java EE, Enterprises Edition, Standard Edition, Enterprise Edition and Micro Edition. Okay. Now, what is the beauty of Java? Those days, as I told you before, any high level language you have to use compiler or interpreter. Whatever we write, computer will not understand. Because we write a English-like language. Whatever we do, we call as high-level language. High-level language is like English-like language. Your computer will not understand. That high-level language, either you use the compiler or interpreter, which takes the English-like language and converts into low-level language. Low-level language, right? It will be converted into low-level language. Do you understand what I say? So who does? Either we will be using, for example, if you take COBOL, we are using the compiler. If you take a language called as BASIC, we are using the compiler or interpreter. If you use the Fortran, we are using the compiler. If you use the Pascal, we are using the interpreter. But Java uses both. It uses the compiler and it uses the interpreter. I repeat again, formerly, those days the technology was used one of the two, either the compiler or the interpreter. Whereas Java uses what? Both. First, it compiles the program. After compiling, you get a byte code. That byte code is interpreted and you get the desired output. So, Java uses what? Byte code. For example, I will show you diagrammatically. I write a simple Java program. Okay. I compile it. The moment I compile it, what do I get it? I get Java byte code. But the first, you write a Java program. The moment you compile it, this Java program will be converted into byte code. Why do we use this technology? This we use just because of one reason. This platform independent. This byte code can be used in Unix or Xenix or Windows or Linux, any platform that is written. Afterwards, you interpret it. If you are using it in Windows, you interpret it. If you are using it in Linux, you interpret it. That's what we call platform independent. Once if you have the byte code, it gets interpreted. Then you get the desired output. You get the desired output. What did I teach you today? Just I told you Java is a most powerful third generation language. Okay, which is also an object-oriented programming, object-oriented language, which will have 5 qualities: data abstraction, data encapsulation, inheritance, modularity, and polymorphism. Right? Then we talked about the Java, history of Java, who developed it, James Mosley. Okay, and they worked for a company called the Sun Microsystem. Right? They developed it. Then afterwards, why do we use this? Java is best suited for any internet or intranet applications. Best suited for any internet or intranet applications. Right? This is the best suited for what? I repeat again, for internet or intranet applications. Then we have seen it was called as, they thought it's a green project, great project. Set-top box, something we have to develop so that it can communicate. They never even thought that they are going to use a World Wide Web. Okay, Java, there are 3 classifications are there. Java Micro Edition, Java Standard Edition, Java Enterprises Edition. This is meant for the larger workstations, this is for the smaller workstations, this is for the what do you call? We use it this for the targeting the environment with the limited resources. This environment we use Java Micro Edition we use for the very limited resources. We are not the developers, we are the learners, so we use only the Java ME Micro Edition. Right? Then What did you learn? What is a bytecode? This concept is not there before. Those days, if I write a Fortran program will be compiled and you get the local language. If you are using the Pascal we use the interpreter and get the output. Right? But now, Java uses both. It uses the compiler and it uses the interpreter. First, Java program is written, you compile it. The moment you compile it, what you get is called this bytecode. What is it? Why do they do it? Why are they using two? It's called as platform independent. From here, this program, which I type the program in Windows, I compile it, I get a bytecode. This bytecode I can use it in Linux. This bytecode I can use it in Xerox. This bytecode I can use it in Unix. So, no other programming language have this facility. You cannot switch over from one platform to another platform that easily, unlike Java. Okay, once if we have this bytecode, it gets interpreted. What we get is called as desired output. Boys and girls, I will have another 3 more classes. That's all. Afterwards, I will wind up. Okay, we will have 4 chapters. First, we have the number representations, followed by Boolean algebra, okay, logic circuits, right? Then afterwards object-oriented programming and Java, introduction of Java. Only 4 chapters for your annual examination, which will be held in the month of February 2021. Okay, boys and girls, I will keep updating you, right? Take care of yourself, keep studying, bye-bye.